Hey everybody, I'm back. So, Thanksgiving weekend was weird, to say the least. Before I even get into that, I want to talk about Justice League and why it failed. And Mr. Photo, you hear that? You smell that? It's almost like there's a nasty Justice League film in theaters nearby. Can you smell it? Yes, I can smell it, Sam. It's a terrible friggin' movie. Terrible friggin' movie. Horrible. And I'll tell you why. They rushed. Don't listen to those meatheads on Collider or whatever, because they're always licking whatever company's butt. That's all they do. Sometimes they're honest, but they're not good critics. Critics aren't afraid to get their hands dirty and actually say something stinks even though you like it. I love comic book films. The DC films have not been good. Man of Steel is great. Suicide Squad is not great. Batman and Superman is not great. Wonder Woman is okay. That's what is that, 4 films? There's no build to Justice League. Didn't have a Flash movie. We didn't have a Green Lantern film. We didn't have a Green Arrow movie. You need to establish a freaking universe. Because then you got freaking Barry Allen or Wally West. They can't even tell which Flash it is. Make it impossible to determine. You got him sitting in jail when the scenes in Justice League with his dad in prison. I have no idea what the hell's going on because I don't know who any of these morons are. I don't know who this version of Henry Allen is. I don't know who this Barry Allen is because I haven't spent any time with him. You can't just throw someone with a whole freaking crap ton of history into a teen film, introduce them and their backstory at the same freaking time, and expect me to go along with it. Same thing with Aquaguy. I don't know who the hell he is in this universe. I know he's in the comics. King Atlantis. I have no idea how he is in these freaking movies. By throwing him into the freaking CGI Atlantis with a freaking Ariel from Disney and have him talk about when he was abandoned as a kid or some bullcrap. What the hell is this? This was supposed to be Justice League. I was expecting to sit around a campfire singing songs. It's ridiculous. Then don't get me started with the robot guy. And they tried to connect him to the mother box thing, but he's still a boring ass character. I swear, stop focusing on the Justice League. He's not. I mean, no one is the reboot new 62, whatever else it's called. They put him on there. I got a poster upstairs, but he's useless. Aquaman, useless in a fight, unless he's near water. Aquaman. Like, come on, man. Or unless, there's no way he could possibly be of use. Not when you have Wonder Woman that could literally do everything by herself. And they watered her down, which kind of annoyed the crap out of me. She's throwing tanks and stuff in her own freaking movie. Like they're paperweights into buildings, knocking down buildings, like doing her thing with the wrist bracelets in WW1. But in this movie, a freaking CGI looking freaking villain just smacking her around like a rag doll. And like, oh, we better get Superman back, even though Batman technically almost killed him like an idiot because this Batman's a complete moron. Let's bring him back so he can do what Wonder Woman should have easily done with no struggle. No struggle. She's a freaking warrior. It's like, you're telling me you need to dig up Superman's grave and put him into the Kryptonian Lazarus pit just to be with the CGI villain that Wonder Woman could have easily done by herself. What if Flash, if he was the actual comic book Flash, which he is not. See, when you're building something, you need to establish a foundation. When you're making a house, you need to make the cement and all that stuff. If you don't have the foundation established properly, your house can fall down. It'll never stand up properly, no matter what kind of effort you put into it. Doesn't matter if you have one director or two. If you have no foundation established, it's never going to hold. It's never going to hold up. And that's what DC has become. They have not established any of their characters. Man of Steel is one Superman film. Wonder Woman is one Wonder Woman film. You should have at least had one Man of Steel, a Batman film, another Man of Steel, Flash, Green Arrow, Green Lantern, Wonder Woman. Then you make your freaking Justice League film. Then you make your Suicide Squad film. It's like Justice League is the end result, man. It's the end game. There's nothing else after that. You get your team, then you can split up or whatever, but what else could they possibly do? When they're trying to set up Injustice years before it's supposed to freaking happen. They try to set it up in Batman and Superman in that stupid dream sequence with Batman in the desert, murdering people, snapping their necks. Because this Batman has no morals whatsoever, not to mention no personality. I mean, I know I mentioned this in the last video, but what kind of moron? Assume he didn't even know what Superman was about. He didn't take the time to actually go into Superman's world and find out what he's about, like Lois did in Man of Steel. She interviewed people from Clark's past to find out who this guy is. That's what a reporter does. That's what a detective's supposed to do. Because she wanted the damn story. She wanted to learn his story, so she went out and sought it. She's like, oh, this guy I don't know. I better assume he has superpowers or whatever. No, she went after the information. She figured it out like that, because that's what Lois Lane is supposed to do. Bruce Wayne should be like that, 10 times smarter. No, I see there's two beings in the sky. I better go take them out. Because I keep mentioning this. While Superman was saving the world and almost died multiple times, fighting Kryptonians, what was Batman doing all that time? Crying in his cave. What else was he going to do? I know they make it seem like he was there, but he still doesn't do anything. I'm going to run into some smoke right now. Yeah. Okay. Sure, it's a very Batman thing to do, but he's not actually saving anyone except that one kid. Still. Or I guess we can assume that Superman's the villain when he doesn't know jack crap that actually happened in the city during all that stuff. He doesn't know. He didn't bother taking the time to find out. That's the problem. That's another problem with Justice League. You got supposedly 3 smart people. Barry Allen's supposed to be a scientist. Cyborg guy who's supposed to be artificial intelligence. And the world's greatest detective. All standing in the same room, thinking that's a good idea to bring Superman back from the grave with a mother box, aka a freaking thing they use for portal between worlds, not to bring back the freaking dead. Like sitting there in theater, I'm like, this feels so wrong. This feels wrong. This should not have brought him back like this. It's wrong. I don't talk about comic from just wrong in general. Should not have done this. Shouldn't have killed him off in the first place. That's why it was so weird. All of a sudden, Superman's got a bright ass costume and is like, I'm about truth and justice now. Like, where did this come from? There's no development. There's no cause that brought him here with this character. There's no cause or effect that brought him to this place with his character. None. You don't come back from death and it's all of a sudden all about truth and justice in the American way. No. That's not this Superman. That's the Christopher Reeve Superman. Not this one. You're allowed to have different versions of the same character. It's been done. It's been done hundreds of times already. Like I was telling someone before, the death of Superman happens when he and the Justice League are fighting Doomsday together. Not 3 of the 7 League members, all of them. Then he took them on by himself and he died. That's what Superman does. He sacrificed himself to save his friends. He's Batman and Wonder Woman were not his friends. And Batman almost killed him. He has no reason to trust him. He has no reason to trust Wonder Woman. For all I knew, she would have turned around and stabbed him in the back. But they play it like they're best pals, even though they just freaking met. Realistically, Superman should have brought Batman in jail. And Wonder Woman, no idea what he would trust her. He doesn't know anything about her. She doesn't know him. She does not know Batman. It doesn't make any sense. You know how Thor, Cap, and Iron Man were fighting in the first Avengers film? Because they didn't know each other? But we know them because we've seen their films. They aren't just thrown in there and just like, oh, we gotta have them fight, and then we gotta give them all their backstories in one film. And have them fight an alien invasion. And I'll have all of them fight Loki. And talk on a helicopter for about 30 minutes. It would have been a freaking mess. In fact, that's exactly what Age of Ultron was. That movie sucked. But, yeah, my point being, jail stinks, and don't waste your time going to see it. Don't waste your time. It's horrible. I would do a spoiler cast, but I just don't remember enough for that to even happen because it's such a dull film. There's nothing there. It just gave you the highlights. They fight a CGI villain who wants to take over or whatever take the way for Darkseid, who should have been the one that brings Superman back in the first place. And that's what I said when I reviewed Batman and Superman. I gave him a gift. I'm like, have Darkseid bring him back. And have that end credit sequence be Superman kneeling before Darkseid in the red and black suit. Just have him look up with his angry eyes and then cut to black. That's your cliffhanger. It's not that hard. I don't get what's so hard about that. What is so hard about planning your universe out? Whether or not Ben Affleck continues as Batman, that character is screwed. They've already ruined his character. I love seeing the bat signal on the big screen. It's awesome. But Affleck, I'm not saying it's his fault, but the character is ruined as far as I'm concerned. There's nothing there. He's around for 20 years. How in the hell will this guy survive for 20 years? Acting on 1% chances. Meaning there's a 99% chance of failure. There's a 1% chance. We got to bring him back from the grave. Meaning there's a 99% chance he's going to kill you, right, Bats? That's what he's saying. What kind of detective is he? What kind of idiot says there's 99% chance, there's a 1% chance this bomb isn't going to go off? Think we should evacuate? No, you moron. Defuse it now. World's greatest detective, my ass. So yeah, that's our Batman. Christian Bale is better than this guy. Minus the stupid voice. Way better. He wasn't really a detective either, but he still got other aspects down right. But yeah. I was saying to someone, I'm like, okay, first off, if this Barry Allen is already wearing the Flash suit, running around stopping crimes or whatever, there's no reason why he should not know anything about his freaking powers. It's ridiculous. You shouldn't be doing an origin story about anyone in a team film. I mean, you look at the Avengers, they didn't do a damn Black Widow origin story in the Avengers. They introduced her in Iron Man 2. We already saw who the hell she is. She's a freaking secret agent. We already saw who Hawkeye is. Well, his backstory's kind of boring, so there's no point going into it, but something about the circus or something, I don't remember. It's a stupid backstory. He's one of the weaker characters, but they still introduced him in Thor. Or I think it was Thor, I don't remember. So you don't have to waste time seeing what he was like when he was 10 or whatever nonsense they do these days. I'm like, Why would you waste my time in a JL film that I didn't even want to see in the first place? And now I see why. Now I see why. Oh, man, it's terrible. Terrible. This movie lost, what was it? What did it make? 59 million or something? The worst, did the worst out of all of the DC films. Even Suicide Squad. I don't know how it's possible, but this made less than Suicide Squad. Granted, it had the Joker and Harley Quinn like half naked, so that might have helped. But Justice League should not make 59 million. I don't care who goes to see it or not. That doesn't make any sense. Didn't like Cyborg. I didn't like what they did with Superman at all. I only cared about the mustache or the director's thing. I just wanted to see what they were going to do with the character, and the fact that I didn't like how they brought him back kind of ruined everything else for me. It doesn't make any damn sense. Wonder Woman could have easily kicked this wolf guy's ass by herself. There's no reason why I need Superman in this film. They didn't need him at all. They didn't have him in any of the damn trailers. He wasn't in any of the posters. Wonder Woman is just as powerful as Superman. She could have easily whooped this guy's ass. She could get getting smacked around. I'm like, what the hell is this? Flash is tripping on his own feet. Batman has to save him with this little stupid gun thing. Batman has to save the Flash, the fastest man alive. No. 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 Again, I love comics, so I'm not Marvel or DC one way or the other. I like both. DC, however, is failing, which is why I'm leaning towards Marvel more. And that's all there is to it. DCU is not good, people. And when you really think about it, after this, Superman can never be Clark Kent ever again. You can never be Clark Kent ever again. Like, that's out the window. They threw that out the window. That's gone. We're never going to get a freaking Man of Steel trilogy now. That pisses me off. Never going to happen. You can't be Clark Kent ever again. We can't just have Superman come back from the grave and then have Clark Kent all of a sudden show up back up at the friggin' planet. Like he hasn't been gone too. He's always on vacation. Like, no. And he explained his mom and his girlfriend mourning him or some whatever. This stupid movie. Yeah. They screwed up big time. Disappointed. Disappointed. So, no, that's out of the way. If I had to rate it, I wouldn't give it a 3. I'd just give it like a 2 out of 5. Not even. The Flash look cool. I hate the design of the suit. Cyber looks like shit. The CG for Cyber looks horrible. Horrible. Even if I was to mention the mustache thing with Superman, looks terrible. It's horrible. I don't like when they give him a fake mustache and just take it off when he needed to shoot for Superman and Justice League. But they didn't. And now you have a Superman that looks like he has a fake face on. So good job, WB. Congratulations. You're bringing back in a movie where it looks like he doesn't have a real face. Good job. So So moving on to Thanksgiving weekend. This is going to be interesting. So over this past weekend, my sister brought a friend over, and something weird was going on. Not how to describe it, but there's some kind of sexual energy between us. Yeah, I don't know how to describe it, but there was something there. And I'm like, she's average looking, not drop dead gorgeous, but average. And I want to smash, but it's natural instinct, I guess. But so I can't remember what day it was. She was here for a couple of days. It was nice having someone else in the house, particularly some scared ass. But she was here for a couple of days. Might have been yesterday or the day before. I was chilling in the basement all of a sudden. She's coming downstairs. And I'm like, whoa, where'd this come from? So I straight up told her, I'm like, yo, there's something between us, baby. There's something between us. She tried to deny it first, but I know. She wanted to jump in my arms right there. Thing is, I ain't gonna smash a girl at friggin' parents' house. She probably moving way too loud. Then mine's been busted. Good thing she came down here, but not enough space to get busy, unfortunately. As awesome as that would have been. Turns out she lives in California, so hopefully another opportunity will open up and she'll come back, and then I can freak her brains out. But until that happens, I just keep my cool, because unlike this kid I'm trying to teach how to get some, the boy just doesn't listen. He just doesn't listen. I know how to keep cool my jets and not really worry about chicks too much. Because girls are like cats, man. You give them too much attention, they run away. You ignore them, they come to you. It's weird. It's like girls. It's weird, man. So I told this kid, give and take. Do not pursue her. Do not pursue her. Do not. Just don't do it. Did it all the time in high school and paid the price. Because they always ignored me. They always did. Now, I walk into a building and the good, best looking chicks in the freaking building are checking me out. Why? Who the hell knows? Moral of the story is she was pretty, and I feel like she was kind of a stepping stone, getting me over that hump, getting me to get myself a little bit more confident than I already am. I recognizing when a chick has interest and going after it. Not we're pursuing, but just giving a little bit so she knows, you know? You gotta do that. It's the way it is. And I'm trying to teach this kid at my job. I'm like, son, you have to stop acting like a dumbass in front of this girl. Otherwise, she's just gonna walk away, man. Keep telling him what to do. He's like, I don't think that's a good idea. All right, then I guess you're gonna be a 4-year-old virgin then. Don't want to listen to nobody. Trump. Just want to kick this kid in the balls. Let that might raise more problems. So But today, on register, good looking girl with, I guess, shortish brown hair. I don't know what it is, man. It just seemed to be attracting all the best looking girls. I wish I knew my own secret. So good it seemed to me. Thing is, once girls know you're a catch and you have options, they'll come after you. Oh, they'll come after you. Because then the word starts to spread and it's like, oh snap, he's really good with girls. And the girls will be after you. But for me, it's more fun to flirt than actually tie them down. If I had my own place, it'd be a different story. But for the time being, just gonna flirt and maybe get some numbers and be like, I might call you. You know? Thing is, don't tell them you're gonna call them, say you might, and then let them wait for a week. They don't think about you, you know? Let them wonder about you. Don't blow up their phone because then they're gonna put you in the friend zone. Try and tell a dumbass kid my job. This is the exact thing. Doesn't listen. He's getting advice from all kinds of dudes that work there. They're all telling him different stuff, but of course, they're the exact opposite of what people tell him to do. And this is in that dumb kid phase of his life, I guess. Yeah, sucks for him. It'd be like Yoda telling Luke, that's the way you fail. Yeah, exactly the way you fail. Stupid. Hope I see that girl again. Next time I see her, it's gonna be on. Like Donkey Kong. Like there's this other girl in the department that was checking me out tonight. I'm like, huh, look at that. If I see her at the time where I can, I'm gonna have to get her number. Works up now. Get between them legs. Show her the power of the force. Show her the weather report like Jon Snow and Daenerys in Game of Thrones. 8 inches of snow coming your way. Yeah. Black Friday, I did a lot of shopping, a lot of good sales. Some games I never thought I'd actually be playing, but some games I actually own already on Xbox. I have one on PlayStation. Just so I want to help my PlayStation have something else to play. Other than the same five games. Though I mostly just play Last of Us because the game is freaking amazing. And that game feels like a movie, which is why I'm glad it's not a film. I hope it never becomes a film, because it is one. Just done so well. Just, it's a freaking work of art. I'm still waiting for that damn Spider-Man game, Sony. Get on it, Jake Nabbit. I'm looking like I'm gonna finish up. Try and keep this a little bit shorter than last time. Not too much to say tonight. Though, that girl, Spanish girl from the last video I mentioned, yeah, she got a kid. I didn't see it today, but I don't know, man. I don't think it's a good idea to get involved with a woman with a kid. Doesn't matter what you feel. It's not a good idea. They come with baggage. Everyone comes with baggage, but they're just looking for someone to fill in that slot. And then, of course, sometimes when you're in deep, the father shows up and because of their emotional bond and, having the same kid, the chances of you being kicked out on the curve are higher. So as long as you don't move in with her, it'll be great, you know? It might be easier if you don't move in with her. That way she can deal with her own crap and you can continue living her life. The last thing I need is some little kid looking at me like I'm the kid's dad or some crap. I don't need that. Thanks. Got enough going on. I don't need some little brat. Walk up to me, giving me a freaking hug. I'm like, whose kid is this? Someone call the ambulance. Man, she's got a nice freaking body. Oh my. Nice body is nice and all, but I'm guessing there's something broken in there. I mean, if she's really that young with a kid, damn. She really screwed up. Damn. People make mistakes, but I'm like, I don't need that kind of baggage with me, you know? I know. Not a good idea. As long as you don't want to get feelings for the person, it should be good. But start getting all touchy feely and all that, and your goose is well and truly cooked, as Howard Stark would say. I really don't talk about Star Wars that much anymore because it's kind of pointless. So, I'm just gonna make this brief. Battlefront 2 stinks. The campaign is horrible. I'm saying this because I love Star Wars and I want good stuff in Star Wars. Like, nothing will ever be as good as Old Republic as far as I'm concerned. Knights of the Old Republic might be the best Star Wars game ever freaking made. It's on Xbox One now. But even despite how old it is from freaking 2003, it's better than half of the stuff Disney's already made. Disney has that awful, awful Rebels cartoon. I think I saw what? Premiere? Fell asleep. It was a 2 hour premiere of the series. Then I heard Ahsoka was coming back, and she's my favorite character from the Clone Wars. So I got excited and thought she's going to be part of the show as like a main character. She barely shows up. Like, what was the point of bringing her back then? I had the same argument with episode 7. I'm like, what was the bloody point of bringing the old school characters back if you ain't gonna freaking use them? For the sake of these stupid new kids that have no personality. I'm like, again, I don't want to go into a rant, but these new kids just don't have it, man. They don't have it. They just don't have the spark that you need to keep this fire going. They don't have it at all. Sure as hell not Ray. Then I could see developing something. As long as they don't try and kill him off again. The pilot guy, I don't know anything about him. They don't tell you anything about him. And then you got the freaking First Legion Order making Death Star 3. So I just roll my eyes and care even less because then he's just so stupid with how they're handling this property. They're so scared. They're so scared. And the funny thing is, after episode 8, Han Solo biography film no one wants. I can't wait to see how that bombs. Read about that shit in the paper. Because I will not see that. I will not. I love these characters way too much to see Disney take a dump on them. It's not going to happen. It's not. Infinity War looks like it's going to be the finale or something, according to my YouTube sources. But sounds cool and makes me nervous at the same time. But as long as it's a good finale, it should be fine. Make it a good finale like Deathly Hallows Part 2, and we'll be in good hands. Make it a finale like that. Those dopey Hollywood films. Then we're in trouble. If it's good like Deathly Hallows Part 2, not a snowfest like the first part, we'll be good. Yeah. I'm trying to teach this kid, man. I don't know what else to say to you. I don't know what else to say to the boy. Trying to encourage him, but she's already basically rejected him. So the thing is, he poured all of his emotions into this one girl. I told him there's a whole bunch of ass out there. He just can't see it. He didn't want to see it. I told him to move on. I'm like, don't waste your time on one piece of ass, bro. Willy Wonka's got a factory full of it. Don't waste time on one chocolate bar. We can have 10. If you know how to do it properly. If you start blabbering all your information out to people, you're going to get in the ass. If you're kind and friendly to girls, you're a natural with people, you actually have a freaking social life, you know how to groom yourself. Because this kid's got this freaking poof thing going on with his hair. Looking like freaking Afro Samurai. I'm like, son, you're never gonna get no ass if you look like a freaking caveman from the Flintstones. Like, get yourself in shape, man. Jeez. Still think it's funny they came to me for advice and I get some ass. I'm not an expert by any stretch of the imagination, but take it as a compliment, I guess. So Battlefront 2, disappointing. I don't really play it that much anymore anyway. I already forgotten it exists. I heard about the story campaign with Luke and I can't even get past the second level because it's just so ridiculous. I'm not going to bother going into any details, but it's pretty bad. And apparently it's only 4 hours long, which is ridiculous. The original Battlefield campaign took at least a couple hours. Way more than four, I'll tell you that. 4 hours? Come on, man. I can do that in my sleep. With how many shooters there are, you know how many shooters there are these days? You could beat a 4 hour story campaign in like 10 minutes. You beat a 4 hour story campaign in 2 hours, tops, depending on your skill. But 4 hour story campaign, come on now. And you know they're gonna make DLC for everything else. A real damn thing's gonna be freaking DLC. And they get another character coming out early this mid-December. I'm like, oh, okay. I already forgotten. I'm like, Disney just screwed up so much in such a short amount of time. And the sad part is they're gonna keep doing this till the end of time. Until they eventually realize that no one gives a crap anymore. And the only ones making these films or going to see these films are them. I'm done. I've been done for a while now. Still love Star Wars, but not Disney Star Wars. There's a difference. But yeah, playing The Witcher Wild Hunt. See how far I can get tonight. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for this episode. See you some other time. Later.